Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the base that you're gonna do since I would do Texas, baby. Man, I dollars back. You know what it is. The all the place, 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 all the place. Go get it. All the place, go get it. All the place, go get it. All the place, go get it. Is right back in the base that you're gonna do since I would do Texas, baby. Man, I dollars back. You know what it is. Real man rise up, fake man rise down. Real woman rise up, fake woman rise down. Right to my preacher, preach on. And today's topic we're gonna talk about is man, I dollars back. The only place you ever gonna ever gonna get it is right back in the base. And today's topic we're gonna talk about is Yo Harvey. I saw your video and you was talking about so you think the black lead is tagged, man. I'm gonna tell you, I already know why they do this. They do this because I already know why. But listen to this though. Listen to this, people. Is a little league baseball has been meeting to the review of the faces of surrounded of the out of the Chicago-based team that won the 2014 the U.S. Championship and a matter as station that as the station as that much as the is celebrated squad and violate 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 a rule of the prohibiting to use the players who live in outside of the graphic area that the team represent. That is stupid. It really is. But like I said, it's all about control. That's what it's about. I said these politicians are like this. They really are. Because the only reason why they come at the black community, because number one, we ain't the first. And it was about it happens 100 or 200,000 years ago, and they will never admit it. They will tell you that the first modern man, they say what they're gonna say, European. But what is European? Come from a Greek woman sitting on a Taurus bull. People go look it up. Then you'll find the term Europe. That's just the way they were raised. They would think like that. But yet, it's not just whites do this. It's blacks do this too. Every other race is guilty with that. No, they feel like no race should not do better than other. People do better for other things. I never buy this whole superior thing. Stop buying this damn color system. Their buy into it is based upon how you treat it. They always portray that whites on the bottom and whites on the top and blacks on the bottom. That's a lie because whites was being enslaved when they were first came out here, but they forbidden to talk about it. They forbidden to talk about it. Go watch the Dark Ages. Go watch that because there's a history, a lot of that going on in Europe. There really is. Same thing that goes on in Africa and Asia. So look that up. And Steve Keenan, CEO of the Little League Baseball, told the ESPN that they found of the a review of the matters are of the completely and or legally the Tuesday. He is declared to say says, however, Jackie Robinson West, the third all African American team to win the championship, it could be a strip of the title, and as all of its rivals as have the call for, and Kitty it says the organization likely would to release a statement on its found Wednesday. A source to the close to the investigation told the ESPN is Katie Ritchie that it could be not being surprised if decision are result into the title change of the hands and the suspension of office. That's just stupid. They deserve that won that championship in a email Monday night to the ESPN, and Kennedy says the Little League Charles committed was meeting Tuesday to discuss the finding from our review, in which included in meeting a week ago with the neighborhood lead in Chicago. Jackie Robinson West and drawn into the sun of the tension as it medicate to the tournament title game. When it all fall to the sort of South Korean into a sports that is and could actually into struggle to the fact that African American team to represent the Chicago South Side. That's what it is. I'm telling you, ever since that whole thing in Chicago, and they trying to make it Southside so bad, I think they doing this just to make Obama look bad. I'm telling you, most majority of people, especially whites, they look at Obama. He is not white. Fuck all you white supremacists. You white supremacists, y'all did this to yourselves. You know different. And these so-called Black Panther Nation of Islam, they did a lot of this for black community. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, they do not want to get these kids to that championship because it's going to build in the community. That's all the fuck it is. They didn't want that. So why you think they broken down projects? See, whites, man, it's not all of them like that. It's just the ignorant ones. They selfish, but they just go along with it. Otherwise, they'll kill them if they don't go along with it. Their own folks will lie to them and say, okay, just like we go along with the shit, because our people, some of our people don't give a damn about us. Don't fall for that color system shit. Don't fall for that crap. They use everybody like that. Including they use white brothers sisters as aggregate as the enforce of the beat to Las Vegas the 7-5 into the USA. I mean the 7-5 in the USA title game. The Chicago players was a traffic was left with was not just in the part of they on the field, but also in the sportsmanship, and later was honored by Barack Obama. You see that? Barack Obama at the White House. But what's reported from the Chicago website and the DNAinfo.com, the squad has been accused of using the players from outside. Man, it's just stupid, man. In the location area by the reciprocal players from the neighborhood of Little League district to build what is a main to a super team. That's all it was. That's all it was. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They wanted to bring it to the white community. They did not want to bring the black community. Man, I'm telling you, this stuff been going on for years. Basically, it's gonna knock out the white guy. Basically, he's not superior no more. I'm telling you, man, it's that immature. That's all it is. Act like a kid. Man, anybody can have a spot. Frankly, they still be remain to all their influence from other people, but that's not how they think. They like, oh man, they are taking over. That's all it's about. I mean, it's said you worry about a small group of people that you don't give a fuck about, but yet I'm telling you, they losing that power. That's all it is. People need to study European history. They need to study the shit. Why they think the way they do. And I'm telling you, they've been conditioned. They think that white guys are the first and black men are the second. I'm telling you, they do think like that, especially white males. They do think like that. But they know damn well that's a lie. That's like me saying that black men are the first and white guys second. White men and black men do need to stop this because y'all act like kids. Because you know that any original man came from something out of somewhere, even created by the same God. But instead, this is why whites and blacks will never get along because of the history. I'm telling you, that's what it was. See, Hitler would have never run over there in power in Europe. White folks wouldn't have the mindset what Hitler got. They would not think, well, I'm superior just because look at all the accomplishment that we done over the years. And they right on some degree, but whose fault is that? It's just as much as their fault as much as ours. You know what? They took it for granted, just like we took it for granted for all the sacrifice what our people done. They know this. We know this. They're not dumb. They just go along with it because deep down they're scared. It's the government people, man. It's that they don't want that built in the black community. Why you think? But better yet, watch the documentary called the Black Wall Street, the real Black Wall Street, Oklahoma. Please watch that. Why you think they burned that shit down? Because it was supposed to be wealthy black folks and all that. They killed a couple of whites, but the first time blacks got trying to defend themselves to protect their neighborhood. And it's about time we need to do so. Because whites do it, they protect their neighborhood and still do it to this day. They still doing it. I bet you they out there in the woods probably planetization what they're doing right now in the woods. Why you think they like to go to woods all the time? Because it goes back to the 200 years ago when they was the Neanderthals. And I believe they lost their DNA and all of a sudden they went from a dark Caucasian to a light Caucasian because these people were black. But frankly, unfortunately, unsadly, whites ain't gonna never admit it. Even if you're trying to get to admit it, they won't talk about it. They won't. They damn sure won't talk about white slavery because Ku Klux Klan probably the ones behind it. Even if some of our folks slaved them and they slave, I'm telling you, they slave their own people. We slave our own people. Why you think Africans sold other Africans? That's one thing that blacks don't want to talk about. I'm telling you, that shit been going on. It was a lot of intermixing back then and still is now. Even though there's still racism, which is stupid. Anyway, let's get back to this. And a Little League is in Gabriel the policy to design to the pressure tradition community is based on the link in which is the a classmate was play with classmate friends with friends. But in 2014, Jackie Robinson West and obviously reported as the expectation and expected their terror to overlap with the neighborhood lead. Chris Black, who was the president of Nevada Mountain Bridge Little League, when it lost in the loss in the USA championship, and asked that Little League stripping of the Jackie Robinson of the title, and she told ESPN that she is not gonna ask about the Las Vegas to declare to be championship through. She need to ask. I love Las Vegas, but Las Vegas wrong for that. Their major league, they were wrong for that. It doesn't even it's not matter of changing the name of the title or the championship, and says the black says the outcoming of the championship is what it is, and the kids have to move on. For us, you see where they're going. They always tell everybody else to move on, especially they tell blacks. But when you tell them they need to move on something, they don't want to do it. If they can't move on something, what makes you think that we're gonna move on? So I'm telling you, man, this is the problem. They destroy this scientific racism because they did a lot of damage between black and white. I'm telling you, and that's why this stuff is happening now. It's more likely ethnicity, nothing. I mean, it's more than a ethnicity thing. A matter of doing what's right. Artists' attention is not having the next 27 kids to put into this situation, and Black says that the Little League in office in the last week is requested have the bounds for her low her low her local lead as well, in which she said she provided that Jackie Wilson West wouldn't be the first team to have a title. Man, I'm telling you, they only doing that because Jackie Wilson was the first baseball to break the color barrier. That's why they doing this shit. Because you got to remember who create baseball. It was white brothers and sisters, and they look at it when somebody do better than them, and they took the craft of the way from them for what they created, and that's what they think. Ain't nobody take baseball away from them, but this is what they think. Same thing that goes on in hip hop right now, that you got the black community upset because they feel like, I understand that. but hip hop was nationwide. We could have hold on to it, just like Europeans. They could have hold on baseball, but instead, it's the same thing. They get upset when basketball going on. It was created by white brothers and sisters. Even in football, it created by white brothers. Everything great, sports activity created by a white person somewhere. But whose fault is it not trying to hold on to it? It's their fault. They can't get mad that somebody do something better than them, because if they went to our stuff of what we created and we complain about, we couldn't complain because we should have hold on to it. See, this is what happens when people say they want diversity. It will never be diversity because people don't like somebody do something better than them. They hate that. Even our folks like that, they like that. They hate that. They hate the fact that somebody do better than them. Anyway, let's get back. Okay, the Jackie Robinson West wouldn't be the first team to have little elite title strip in 1992. Little League Baseball is taking away the title from the database of the Philippines and and handle it to the Long Beach, California, after serving seven players that is live and outside into the district, or is or never over age. In 2001, a team from the Bronx, NY, that had finished the third was the fourth to that to finish the third was forced to forfeit. It's the game after the pitch. David Almore was revealed to being over age. That happens, but it shouldn't be like that. Michael Kenman, Michael Keaton, the Little League was a timid from the state of Nevada, and said he and other pronunciation has revealed of the Crusader as hate mail from Chicago supporters, and asked asked that as that the national office reviewed the case. If they did cheat, if they cheat the rules and make it right, he said, if they are legal, let's 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 it stands. But is what I'm hearing. It sounds it sound is sneaky. Look, if they did cheat it, then they shouldn't. But I think they won fair and square. Maybe, just maybe. As a lead office with Jackie Robinson West declared at the comment pleading the release of the title lead decision in the past, and coaches in office would have denied any wrongdoing. Tom Ferdinand, writer and reporter, follow him and achievement. Man, let's go to baseball, right? Because this stuff been going on for years. Notice they do Latinos and Asian people. Let me look this up. Okay, let's go to baseball. Baseball is a bat and the baseball is a bat and a ball game, playing with two teams of the nine players, and each would take the turns to bat and the field. The opposite of the attempt to score run by hitting a ball and throw at the pitcher with with a bat, and to move the count of the clockwork and around in the season of the four base, the first, second, and third, and the home plate. A runner is a score with when a player advocate around the base and returning up to the home. See, this is what happens. Okay, you see that right here? You see what it says baseball? Okay, the players on the batter team is taking the hit at the players on the players on the players on the players on the batter team is taking turns to hit against the pitch of the field team, in which is trying to pretend to run by running by to get the hit out in any of the 7 ways a player on the batter team who a reaching a base safely and can later contend the advocate to the consequence to the consequence and base during the teammates turning the bat, and as much as it on a hit or by other means that the team switch and the teams switch, but the team switch between the batter and the field. However, the field team record 3 outs and one on return of the bat for the or both teams, and beginning with the invite of the team in the comments as the ender as a game is comprised in the 9 inches, and the team with the greatest numbers of the running at the end of the game wins. And even see from the order, I mean, even seeing the older bat and the in the ball game in the early form of a baseball was being played in England. You see, it says England by the mid 18th century. This game was brought by the immigrants to the North America. When is the modern version is the lapse by the late 19th century. Baseball was recognized as the natural sports of United States. Baseball is popular in the North America and part of the of central and South America, Caribbean, and in East Asia, in United States and Canada. The professional Major League Baseball (MAB) team are divided into the National League NL and American League AL, in either which is the three descent of the East, West, and Citric. And the Major League champion is the deemed by the playoffs that is come down into in the West into in the World Series. The top level of playing is absolutely is similarly it is split into the trend between the Central League and the Pacific League, and in Cuba between the Western League and the Eastern League. Okay, look at the history. Now this is the guy who created baseball. His name is Alex Carl Wright. Alex Carl Wright, the father of the modern baseball. He the one created it. He the one created it. Okay, the baseball, and the listen, and recently of a baseball from the old batter and the and ball game is difficult to trace with the prejudice as a French of manuscript from the 1344 in the context as a allusion of the critically uh, playing a game, and perhaps as outlaw with a practically practically the mill to do baseball, the other old French game, as much as the Commonwealth Abu Dhabi and Portugal also is the is proven to be related, and the concept that once hold as that today's baseball is North America and collapse were from the oldest games are surrounded of the popular in Great Britain and Ireland. Baseball before we know it a search from the roots of the game. 2005 by David Block and subscribe that subscribe that the game is the origin in England. You see it says the region the region in the England region the regionally England. That's what it's been created. Recently, the recover as a history as the history of the evidence that to support this position, and Blocks argued that so that the route in the early baseball was actually its origin or variety of each other, and that the game is most directly as a matter that are the English games of of steel ball and is tall ball. It has been believed that the cricket also is descended from the much of the game, and through the evidence is uncovered in the early 2009, and it's absolutely and separately that the cricket has been important to the England from the friendly the earliest known in the received to refer the early knowns that refer to as baseball is in a 744 British and posted as a little pretty pocketbook by John Newberry, which is about as a rhythm a descendant of baseball as a woodcut that it shows as a field to set up the somewhat as familiar to the modern game, and through as the translate into rather than the diamond and the confident and which is deposited in steaming of the ground levels based on David Block discovered that the first recording game of baseball was took place in 1749 into such recent you you sorry and it featured the Prince of Windsor as a player was William is really born a French lawyer is recorded a game of baseball on the Eastern Monday 1754 into in the gallery of Reward. This early the form of baseball was pronounced to perhaps linked to brought into the North America by the early immigrants as around was also brought into the continent, both between British and Irish immigrants. The first known American is referred to the baseball as Absent in the A 1791 in Pittsburgh, Massachusetts. The town by the Pearl Harbor and the playing of the game. near of the town of the New Meeting House by in 1796. A review of the game was all well known enough to earn as a mention in a German a scholar and book on the popular by popular pastime as descended by the John Gutsman as Edmund baseball involved in a contest between two teams in which is the batter has in three attempts to hit the ball while as the home plate only one out into quest into the retired on the side. You see this man right here. He created baseball, and his name is Alex Carls Wright, the father of the modern baseball. See, this game was created and was founded by the England and Irish people, Iceland. See, this baseball is a white guy's game. For years, they kept saying baseball is a white guy's game. Basically, they take the game away from them. Let me tell you something. What they did right there was wrong. Right here, those black kids deserve to win that title if they work very hard. How you gonna take that away? See, but they was immigrants too, the British and the Irish people. But see, British been enslaved by the Greeks, and Irish people been enslaved by the Britain people, and been enslaved by the goddamn French people. They know what it's like being discriminated, but frankly, they don't care. They forget about this. Let them black teams have that title because baseball should be for everybody. It doesn't matter if it's created by a white man's game, but it should be the same opportunity. Like I said before, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. They still believe, and Europeans created this too. They created this scientific racism. They created this, and they know it's a problem. Not only to Latinos and even Asians, even blacks. But they've been affected by it too, especially dark Europeans. But light Europeans, they ain't gonna fuck with them too much. Look at this. You see this? You see this right here? As a race subject is the prejudice label scientific racism criticized the study and claimed to repose as a connection between for example race and intelligence, and it argues that it promotes the idea of superior inferior human race. You see what it did. See, they know this is wrong. See, this is Hitler's idea that he believed that the Germans are descendants from the Aryan race. Aryan race is another word for Ariel. That's all the fuck it is when people say Ariel. When you say Aryan and Ariel, you see it sounds same for a minute. And see, Hitler think he's slick. He really think he's slick because it showed me right there he really fucked up the whole entire European race. He really did. And because of that, it's going to be hard for them to get this mindset. But the sad part, Asians and blacks think the same way what this man thinks like that. But thanks a lot what Hitler just did. He broke everybody in groups, but they use him as a government using tool, and they don't even give a fuck about him and what he did. This man was a coward. Actually, he killed himself, and look what he did to the goddamn Jews, claimed that Jews wasn't white. If Jews wasn't white, where the fuck were they? Oh, because their religion? Oh, he didn't fuck with them Zionists because he was sided with them. Because they come, that's what the word Nazi came from the Zionist people. You see how he divided by 5 different races, subtype of races, Nordic and Mediterranean, and the what is this? Dark Rugrin and eye pipe and Eastern Bellic. You see what he did? This guy right here, Nazi race theory is Hans H.K. Gunman is identified the Aryan race in Europe as having five subtype race. See, they broke Europeans up. That's why, if you notice it, they show different racial features that you gotta have or to be a European. Man, I feel bad for white folks because I'm gonna tell you something. They really did a number out of them. Our people did to us like that and them too, but they did them the worst. I ain't gonna lie to you with this term of the Aryan race. Wow, you got the Greeks, the Turkish, and Syrian and Iran. You see that? See, they mix between and really the carcass people from the mountains. That's between both barrels, between Asia, between Europe and Asia. That's right near to Africa. As the satellite between the Black and Caspian Sea. You see that? Remember the captain. I'm telling you, it goes back to the Caucasus Mountains, and they come from the Russia uh, Federation. You see, Russia knows what's up. I'm telling you. I mean, you can look this up, and this is where the Olympic Games was set it at, and they're gonna have another Olympic Games somewhere. I'm telling you, they believe that they're the most beautiful race of people in this world. They believe that. You got to really study. No wonder why they think like that. A lot of them are just scared, but they don't give a fuck about rednecks. They don't give a fuck about the Jews. They sure don't give a fuck about the Greeks or Irish or Italians. But all these other whites, they cared about. You see what they did, and they did the same thing when how the blacks they did the blacks like that. They broke us in groups. They broke Asians as well. See, this is why this master race they're talking about. They ain't no master craft of anything. This is some bullshit. I'm telling you, the only one race is mad is the whole entire race. But let those black kids have that damn title. And they deserve that. These kids deserve that. And y'all take the shot because baseball is a white man's game. And that's all of the fuck it was. They did that, but yet baseball should be for everybody, regardless how it was originated. Yeah, it should be for crafted from Europeans. But what they did was they discriminate other people, but other people discriminate towards them in the early days. See, this scientific racism, it needs to stop. Because I'm going to tell you something. And I'm afraid that my folks will do the same thing, discriminate other people. I'm going to say this, man. Don't discriminate towards anybody if don't let nobody discriminate towards you. All right? But I'm going to say this for all those major league. Don't worry about that. It's just a champ. It's just a title. Fuck that title. They know y'all the champion. Don't worry about that. I'm telling you, they selfish. They think that, well, everything belongs to us. They got to learn sometimes. Ain't nobody going to kiss their fucking ass. And they know this. I'm telling you. But this is the mindset. And they can blame Hitler for that. Because Hitler broke 5 Europeans in different race. And because of that, and they did the same thing to broke blacks in race and Asians as well. So don't worry about it. You still the champs. Keep doing your thing. All right? All right. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basics. You're going to do this is how we do text, baby. Until next time. All right? All right. Peace and I'm out.